I have been testing every set of acrylic paint pens to try and find the best one so that you don't have to waste your money. And during the time that I've been testing, a new product has come out on the market, acrylic gel pens. I was instantly intrigued and grabbed the 90 pack from our friends over at Linguo. If you've been following along, we already tested their 240 pack of brush tip pens. And although there were some small quality issues, overall I did really like this set. The first question I had about this product is, were they actually going to perform any different than just a standard pen? And I can confirm that the ink formulation is definitely acrylic and distinct from just any normal pen that you would pick up. It could just be the way that I swatched it, but overall I kept getting the feeling that the color range was missing something, even though I couldn't quite put my finger on it. I think the range is just a little bit muddier than I would typically prefer, but overall not bad. There is a good red, which I know is always important for people, although I will say these two reds are almost identical. The hardware is a standard clicker pen, which is really nice for changing between colors. But do note when you first get the pens, they all come with these little red wax tips on them. They were pretty annoying to take off, but I'm assuming it was to make sure they don't dry out during the shipping process. And you do only have to do this once, so it's not a huge deal. They perform well on paper, they're vibrant, they don't bleed through the other side, but I will say that they're definitely more of an accessory pen in the sense that they're really not meant for filling in full pages in my opinion. While I could definitely go back and even out these strokes, they are just incredibly time consuming to fill in big areas with. This whole thing took me hours and hours and hours to do. Normally I can finish one of these off in like an hour at most. What I think these would be the best for is if you already have a standard set of brush tip pens and then just want something smaller to go in and fill in fine details with. As for other materials, it performed well on wood, but did not perform well, at least on this very coarse fabric. I was surprised to report back that these do actually work on glass and metal and don't rub off. As for 3D prints, I'm not really sure. At first they weren't working at all, but then I tried them on top of existing paint pens and they did work there. And then when I tried them back on the bare print, they kind of worked that time. So long story long, if you're trying to use these on 3D prints, it will kind of work, but it's going to be a little bit of a process. Depending on where you buy them, the set of 90 retails for about $60. Overall, I do really like these, but I think it would be a very specific person who's buying them. I really do see them as more of an accessory if you already have other supplies than I do like a standalone product. I'm sure it's coming since they're still new to the market, but I'm surprised no companies have yet come out with a dual tip that has a brush tip and one of these gel pen tips. If no one else makes those, maybe I will, but in the meantime, we're going to give this set a 5 out of 10.